Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith. Our game tonight featuring the Cleveland Cavaliers as they go up against the Boston Celtics. Well, for Boston, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. And you hear Kyrie Irving's name, and you think of a playmaking point guard. But he is as deadly a shooter, Kenny, as anyone in the league from time to time.
I mean, the guy won a three-point contest,
yeah.
So no surprise there. You know, he's averaged, 2 to 3 three-pointer shots made in the last couple of seasons. Now he's quick to get off his shot off.
Cavaliers have an Eastern Conference contest on their hands. As for 2K Sports and the NBA present. And now the opening lineup for Boston. Thomas is the point with Bradley to his side. Johnson is out there with Jay Crowder. And it's Sullinger in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Now, one spot the Cavs did struggle with last year was help off the bench. They were last in the league in bench scoring.
Now here's Thomas. They set the pitching. Thomas's shot is off.
And you know, one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not.
And Love gets it to go.
Yeah, that's asking a lot from that defender.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, he just doesn't have the size to really be effective in that kind of matchup.
Now here's Thomas. Double team on Thomas. Knocked away. Here's Bradley. No luck. Smith with the defensive effort. Cleveland has come out of the gates quickly. The drive by James. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's on Jared Sullinger. Well, LeBron had kind of a slow start to his season. His return to Cleveland last year.
Yeah, he got off to a bit of a slow start. He had some nagging type injuries, but things turned around, and LeBron was eventually able to get the clubhouse atmosphere where he wanted.
And that atmosphere that LeBron was after. I mean, he described it as wanting a family-like atmosphere.
Now, here's Thomas. Bradley, no one around him. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
And, guys, I was a bit worried, but now we all know the rim doesn't have a lid on it.
Yeah, you could actually feel the tightness and tenseness with each miss. I'm actually glad to see they got that first one out of the way.
And to touch on the Cleveland atmosphere, you know, you could see as the season unfolded, it became a big part of what LeBron was able to accomplish in Miami, starting to work itself into that roster. And they're 1 of 5 to start this game, just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
Smith, no luck. The Celtics have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. And Thomas, here we go. Johnson, good, and the assist goes to Thomas. Cavaliers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. To the paint, here's Bradley. Plays it up and banks it in.
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
For 3, Smith. And it's Smith again missing.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
And the rejection by Love. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Mozgov, he's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. Iman Shumpert is checked in for Smith. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Irving. Boston also with the sub, Evan Turner. He's checked in for Amir Johnson.
You know, one of the things, guys, that impressed me about the Celtics was the number of assists they had. I mean, they really focused on moving the ball. And when you do that and you have shot makers, the assists pile up.
For 3, Fry. Count that one. Fry has got himself on the board with 3 there.
Such a height mismatch out on the perimeter, and they give up the triple.
Crowder, he's now 1 for 2 with that bucket. With the Celtics and their assists, they were second in the league in potential assists per game, meaning shots they missed that if they made would have been assists.
And that is a good thing, if you weren't sure. I mean, they were sandwiched between the Hawks and Warriors in that category. Pretty good company to be in. So they move the ball well. They just need to get a little more consistent at knocking down open shots.
Boston trailing. So the Celtics called timeout. They're first. Well, you go back last season, the Cavs had a very slow start to the year. Not surprising. They had a lot of new faces and didn't look like the powerhouse they would end up being, as we saw.
Well, you know, they were kind of fumbling and bumbling around in the 5th and 6th spots in the East for the first half of the season. Made some changes, though, through trade, and that got them going, I think.
And really turned things around. Mozgov came in, J.R. Smith and Shumpert secured that 2 spot. Gave this team an incredible edge defensively.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Jared Sullinger. Jerebko comes in for Jay Crowder. And Marcus Smart has subbed in for Avery Bradley. Now here's Olynyk, covered by LeBron. The 11-footer. That one off the back iron and out.
Yeah, and you know, they built the roster to how they played best mid-season. I mean, it was a great job, I think, by the front office to get the players that fit best into the locker room and into the team style of play.
No one near Turner as he lets it go. Again, the miss by the Celtics. The drive by Shumpert. The rebound by Turner.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponents when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempts.
.27 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Boston again missing. Cleveland's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc.
Nice quick fire release.
Yeah, and the mid-range shot really the only option in that situation. Sometimes when you're facing a bigger guy, you can't get it all the way to the rim.
Here's the screen. Thomas kicks to Smart. Launches a 3. Can't hit. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Cavaliers on top, up by 4. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Quicken Loans Arena. And, of course, as we've always seen with LeBron James, it's not just about the numbers, but his tremendous, tremendous leadership.
I put all the pressure on me to be better and come through for my teammates. This is the position I've...
Well, that there is straight talk from a man who does not pretend. LeBron James are the textbook example how to take responsibility and lead.
And, Kevin, that's why he is the king. He doesn't say, hey, I'm just one of the 5 guys. No, he knows who he is and what he has to do. Bottom line, he's the man. Climb on my shoulders, and I'm going to take you to the promised land.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And taking a look at the Cavaliers' performance here, what do you guys see?
I tell you what.
Yeah, nice job helping out on the rotations and drives, doing really good work at the defensive end.
Kyrie Irving is out there with Matthew Dellavedova. Then there's Kevin Love. Then there's J.R. Smith. And it's Thompson in at the 5. That's the group for Cleveland going right now here in the second. And how thrilled must have Evan Turner been last season to get a second chance. Clark with the boost in minutes, confidence, the coaching staff. His game almost just changed overnight.
Yeah, he's a guy who needs the basketball. He's such a good, solid playmaker and has excellent size. Never had a chance in Indiana to really handle the ball and play to his strengths because of Paul George and Lance Stevenson, but he found a nice niche in Boston.
Well, you know what he can do after watching him for so many years with the Buckeyes.
Yeah, he's terrific. Good basketball IQ, too.
So, timeout called here, the first for Cleveland.
And boy, did Evan Turner make the most of his second chance last season. Played with more focus, huge minutes for him with the Celtics. He may have found a home.
Jared Sullinger's checked in for Boston. Jay Crowder comes in for Smart.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
And here's Love from the arc, and he gets it to go. Love's got 6 here in this quarter.
You know, it was a career year all around for Tucker last season. Still has work to do on his game, but showed he can contribute to a winning team. Very good value for his contract, too. You can never discount that.
And Sullinger kicks to Johnson. Dishes to Crowder. 4 on the clock. Misses off the right iron.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially, Greg, when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
Here's Johnson. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
That's an easy. We call those bunnies. That's what they need.
Cleveland leading by 4, and it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
They set the pick. Crowder kicks to Bradley. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. Well, taking a look at Avery Bradley, his career's been kind of up and down, Greg. Started out in high school where he developed into one of the nation's top prospects in high school.
You know, it's a great point. And as a college freshman, really established himself as one of the top defensive guards in the country, won numerous awards, then enters the draft after only 1 year.
That one misses.
You know, with Avery Bradley, he was the 19th pick in the draft for the Celtics. The outlook for him was great, but then ball handling and shooting injury concerns flattened out his development. He had a hard time getting over the hump for a few years, but he's over it now.
Austin with the ball, following the score by Cleveland. Now a timeout called by Boston. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
James checked in for Matthew Dellavedova. Now here's Bradley. He's got 6. Good on that shot. And with that, the Cavalier lead is cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Turner.
And, you know, getting back to Avery Bradley, he's been dynamite the last 2 years. He's finally found consistency with the mid-range jumper and plays a complete game of basketball with just a little more seasoning. I really feel like the sky's the limit.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Hi, guys. Over that break, I was able to catch the message Brad Stevens was giving to his team. He told his guys that their offense needed to run through Sullinger. Coach is looking for him to take on a lot of responsibility when they've got the ball, to be a leader at the offensive end. He said also that their offense needs to be a patient one. He told them, don't rush things. Use as much of that shot clock as you need to. Well, Coach not wasting any time in tweaking the game plan. We'll see if it makes a difference as we approach halftime, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Now, here's Bradley. Sullinger, no good.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Dead-eye shooting from them this quarter.
And you know what? The frustration for the defense is mounting because it seems like they can't miss out there.
Here's Crowder, following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Shot is good, and the Cavaliers' lead cut to just 7 points in the basket from Crowder.
And that's definitely a shot that he has in his arsenal.
Shumpert gets a wide-open look. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Bradley with the ball, now guarded by Shumpert. Thomas gets a wide open look. Thompson with the rebound.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
Yeah, big time. I mean, the words that come to mind, ice and cold and disappearing stroke, all would apply.
Here's Thomas following the basket by Kevin Love. And yes, sir, that one drops. And it's 6 points for Johnson.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Sometimes, for whatever reason, a lot of times you don't know why. It takes a little while to work the knocks out, but it looks like they're putting it together right now.
A different look now for Cleveland. Mozgov comes in for Thompson. And Channing Frye's subbed in for Kevin Love. Jerebko's checked in for Boston. Celtics trail by 7. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. And the shot's good from Crowder.
Well, they really started to come on here in the second.
Clark, it's about how much more focused they look offensively here. They're trying to make up some ground.
And Frye has it in the corner from the wing. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 3 assists now in this one.
Man, their offense is really cranked up in the second quarter.
And their field goal percentage shows that over 60 now. Tough to beat them when they shoot it like that. And really no choice but to lunge for that pass to make sure it didn't get through.
Yeah, and that was important. Probably would have been a quick 2 points if he doesn't get a hand on it and knock it out of bounds.
6 seconds left in the first half of the game. Thomas. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
Both free throws good from Isaiah Thomas.
Steady work at the free throw line. Just what we're used to seeing out of him.
Dellavedova. No good on that last second attempt there. And we're through the first half.
Gentlemen, I'm here with a visibly winded Kevin Love. And Kevin, what changes do you think are necessary in the second half?
See, to get the loose balls and be the tougher team, that's really it. I mean, if we do that, I feel like we'll be fine. We missed a layup, so if we convert those in the second half, we feel like we'll have the upper hand and we'll win the game.
Kevin, thanks for your time as always. We appreciate it. Guys, back to you.
Thank you so much.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, this has been a good game here after one half. Everybody, welcome back to the halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaq, Kenny Smith. The first quarter for the Cavaliers was fairly even. Some nice stretches of basketball from them, and at one point, they pushed the lead up to 7. Kenny, your thoughts? How are the Cavaliers playing?
Well, the three-point shooting was the key thus far. When you're knocking down those shots from the perimeter, it really spreads the floor. You demand respect from the defense. We'll see if they can keep it flowing in the second half.
And Shaq. All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. Kevin Love really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Yeah, you just love it when the decision-making is as good as it was there in that first half. Didn't force anything.
Guys, I think here in the second half, though, they may want him to be a little more assertive. Start hunting more for his shot, even the tough one.
Second half underway. Here's who Brad Stevens got on the floor. Thomas is the point with Bradley to his side. Johnson is out there with Jared Sullinger. And it's Crowder in at the small forward position.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
For 3, Smith. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. 6 points for J.R. Smith.
You know what, guys? He can really light it up from the perimeter at times.
Kyrie Irving may be the best ball handler in the league. There are a lot of guys with a good handle. He is definitely in the top 5. If not, he's got to be in the competition.
Arguably the most talented player at his position. I mean, he can get wherever he wants to on the court. He's athletic, an unbelievable finisher as well. I think that's
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing. Spacing.
Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Thomas kicks to Sullinger. Now Crowder, 6 points for him. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession. And the Celtics making a change here. Turner's checked in.
Cavaliers timeout.
And the Cavaliers call time here. Now watching Jake Crowder, he can really boost you up, Greg, and take you out of your game. One of the most physical wings, I think, in the NBA.
And not the most flexible athlete, but he makes up for that with that strength that you mentioned. It allows him to control the pace. I mean, he's a bumper and a grinder and hitting a big three out of nowhere. So he's what we call a true gamer.
Here's Bradley, the big dunk at the end of the break.
Major league big boy throwdown right there.
And he keeps a tight grip on that rim after the finish.
Yeah, maybe that'll give them a little bit of that swagger that they seem to have lost.
Looking at Jay Crowder, he got traded from Dallas to Boston in the Rondo deal last season. Nobody expected all that much from him. All he did was go out and become one of the most valuable players on that team.
Now here's Irving, following the miss by Avery Bradley. Here's Turner. That's good, and it's Johnson with the assist. And it's 9 points for Evan Turner.
Running it right down their throats. 3 straight buckets in transition.
Yeah, and they're paying the price right now for the lackluster defense. For me, that's inexcusable. When you talk about Jay Crowder, there are those that you win because of, and then there are guys like him that you win with. I mean, the guy who's going to take the charge, commit the hard foul, do what others won't, really shows the heart of a champion.
Now here's LeBron, following the miss by Avery Bradley. But they recover it. The feed to Irving. The 3 ball. And he gets it to go. Irving's got 8.
It's got to be nice for them to know that game in and game out, his offense is going to be there for him.
Thomas with the ball. Guarded now by Irving. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And for Sullinger last season, further indication, Clark, that he needs to keep working on his conditioning.
And that was a concern coming into the league with Jared, is just how committed would he be to working on his body all the time and maintaining the level of conditioning that he needs. And injuries have been a part of that not being the case, but when he's out there, he's capable.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Mozgov, he's checked in for Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. Shumpert is checked in for Smith. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Irving. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Olynyk, he's checked in for Jared Sullinger.
Kelly Olynyk.
Right around 3 minutes into the second half.
And talking about Sullinger, you wonder if he's been in the right scheme for the past couple years. He's not a three-point shooter. He's a back-to-the-basket banger. You want proof? Only hit 28% from behind the arc last season, and that was his career high.
Now here's Smart. Shot clock at 2, and airballs the triple. That one was way off. And here we go. Finished off the break. Dellavedova's got 6 points.
Brought back the finger roll. That's a nice finesse move to pull off with the defense all over. On the topic of Sullinger, guys, he said publicly that people are doubting him. And he's right. I mean, until he gets in better shape and stays that way, there will always be questions surrounding that part of his game. Hopefully for him going forward, he can be more Duncan than Diaw in the way he treats his body. And Thomas set a really nice screen that time.
Shumpert. No good. And it's Boston the other way. Here's the floater. And here we go. Fast break. James has got it. Mozgov with the bucket.
Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron.
Celtics trail by 7. The dish to Olynyk. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet. Olynyk's got his first points of the game. Cleveland's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17.
Defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint.
They're getting a bunch of their points outside of the paint. 3 of their last 5 buckets are from three-point range.
The defense is just not closing out quick enough.
And Boston has possession after the Cavaliers pick up 3. Here's Turner. Here's Jerebko. The offensive rebound. The shot by Turner, no good.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense.
And here's Smart. Pass to Jerebko. Beyond the arc. And he gets it to go. Jerebko's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Really nice dime dropping there. Playmaking ability is exactly what you get from Isaiah Thomas.
And we've reached the end of the 3rd quarter. Just a terrific game so far. Cavaliers. And thanks for joining us again as the 4th quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. Here's Smart. We've got Kevin Love. Irving is out there with Matthew Dellavedova. Then it's Thompson, and it's Smith in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Smart. The Cavaliers pull it in. Love's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Irving attacking. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. And that's 10 points for Kyrie Irving. Smart passes to Johnson. Sullinger, the screen. Bradley dishes to Sullinger. The 17-footer. Off the left rim and out.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
And on the way from Irving for 3. He misses it. He's 4 for 7 from the floor. Celtics trail by 5. Passes to Crowder. The 3. Here's Johnson. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
Irving from long range. Good. And the Cavaliers lead by 6.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
Well, so far for Coach Brad Stevens, the Celtics have had nothing but praise for their outstanding young coach. No surprise for those of us who know Brad. The team is really moving ahead in the rebuilding process, and he gets a lot of the credit for that.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Thank you, Kevin. Brad Stevens had some words for his team over the break. With his team struggling from three-point territory, he told them to start looking for more high-quality shots inside the paint. We're forcing too many threes, he said. Stop with the bombs and work it inside.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage. And part of the reason why the Celtics are ahead of schedule in the rebuild is because of Coach Brad Stevens. He has everyone on the same page.
You know what? You talk around the league about Coach Stevens, and other coaches are just astounded by his work ethic. People around the league think he's already a top coach and could be one of the greats by the time he's done if he stays at the professional level.
Shot is good, and the Cavaliers' lead cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Smart. Cleveland's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Here's Thompson. Good D by Sullinger.
A key rebound there, but they can do a little better on the glass here down the stretch.
Guys, it's been their weakness to this point in the game, but they're still alive. That was not a simple rebound. He made it look easy, but he did a good job embodying up his man.
And Thompson kicks to Love. From deep three-point range, that's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 3 assists now in this one. Celtics trail by 11. Smart passes to Sullinger. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. The Cavaliers have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. For 3, Smith. Here's James. Plays it up and banks it in. LeBron's got the lead up to 11 now for the Cavs.
Where's the box out? Some easy second chance opportunities there.
Those kinds of mistakes drive me crazy and will absolutely derail a team's chance to win.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
And here's Love from the arc, and that one's good.
Add another triple to their second half total.
They came out of the break just dropping bombs and just are not letting up at all.
The shot by Sullinger wide open, and Sullinger missing.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Trying to get open is Thompson. No good from Irving. Celtics trail by 12. 1:11 left in the fourth. Now here's Smart. He's covered by Irving. A good look from Bradley. Can't get it to go. And it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for Cleveland.
Two great rebounding teams, Clark.
Yeah, and these guys just worked a little bit harder tonight. That was the edge that was needed.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Love. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Thomas checked in for Smart. Here's Irving. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. And the Cavaliers lead by 14.
And just a terrific job of taking care of business in front of the home fans.
And, Greg, those fans had a hand in the win. I mean, they gave this team a big lift throughout the game. I thought there was great energy in the building.
And it's Love missing. Bradley dishes to Crowder. Buries it from about 10 feet away.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
11 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And the dunk by Love.
He's their go-to guy, and when he shoots the ball like he has today, that's what the scoreboard usually looks like.
Thomas on the money. And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this one. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, Clark, made the difference.
Well, you know, at this stage, you've got to...
Thank you, Kip.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Kevin Love. He's not always known to make the big headlines or get a lot of media attention, but he does make the big plays, and he made them throughout this one. And that's it for our broadcast here tonight, but we're just getting...